kind of different text. Yeah, let me. They were actually this is just a presentable banner, so that is why they had faked it up. They created a fake shadow right beneath it, not the drop shadow, the ones which we used earlier. So I'll show you how to do that. It's a very small trick. So let's go. Let's say we have now three queries now. One is right. Definitely. Exactly. We can follow some of that as well. Now the point is, we've got three points now. One is two of them are your queries. First is your that how to create that drop shadow, which is triangular type of shape, and how do they created it. First was that. Another one will be how to stylize the text. How do you because normally in Photoshop there are not so much style text or everything. So, but how do you create something which improves your design? And the third one will be we'll try to create some um, profile pic, and we're gonna create a design which is actually gonna support your profile pic. Okay, so first thing, let's go for a profile pic canvas. So if you wanted to create a profile pic for your YouTube, or either if you wanted to go for, let me just see whether I'm recording. Yeah, I think I'm recording there. Yeah. So normally we take our picture and directly put it inside of a profile pic, but we didn't know that how that profile pic is actually working and what is the actual size of it. So a concept is that the computer or the software doesn't knows a round shape. As you can see in YouTube, when we see our profile pic, it is kind of round, but software doesn't knows what is a round shape. They always count it as a box. Okay, how do they count? Basically they divide the whole screen into a grid format, and each grid will have a it could have a circle, it could have a triangle, whatever shape, but it has to be in one grid block. So that grid block is called a bounding box. So if you wanted to create a profile pic which is accurately fixed in any social networking profile, you will need to create a bounding box which is of that size. As earlier, when this whole software thing is started, they were creating graphics in a resolution of 32 cross 32. That means 32 pixels cross 32 pixels only. Earlier when they started this, because they don't have that much of memory that could handle, the software doesn't holds that much of memory. So what they do, they normally create a pixel. I'll just change the name to profile pic for our file, particular file. Now over here is pixel, and now you can see now we can handle about a 3500 of pixels, but at that time earlier they were only being limited to 32 cross 32, because that is the standard size of an icon of what you see inside of your computer at that time. Now now in these times we can create a number of times, but if we wanted to create a high resolution image for our profile pic, then I'll have to always go for 3 times or 4 times multiplication of 32. Exactly. So nowadays if we go for like if our web profile pic is being shown inside of a uh, monitor screen which is of 21 inches, currently it's 21, so the resolution will be 1920 cross 1080. That is the highest resolution that could till date. There are 4K resolutions and 8K resolutions screens are also available, but this is the standard now. Everybody is having a system who have a monitor of about 1920 that supports 1920 cross 1080. So when you put a profile pic, it would come about 100 cross 100 pixels block. If we talk about this profile pic, it would be about 100 cross 100 pixel. Right, it's totally 1920, so it will be about, I should say, um, one block of a grade. So it would take about 100 cross 100. So we can't take 100 cross 100 because that is not in the multiplication of 32. So that will be 126 cross 126. That is the actual term for it. So we'll go for 126 cross 126, and that will help us for only for this one. But let's just say if we wanted to go for a bit higher display, so what we will do, then we'll have to multiply that into twice. So it will be 256 512 1024. So for a better view, I could go for 512 or either 1024. So let's go for uh, 1024 1024. Now you have to have this ratio, and also you need to make sure that it has to be a square. It can't be anything less than that or neither more, because square is the only thing that could be is rescale inside of a digital world. So if you wanted to show this one in a small screen as mobile as, then also the square will shrink it, and the image will not loses its proportion. But when you rescale a scale bigger the size than it already has, it also doesn't loses its proportion. So we need to have a square on that. Let's go to create. The RGB mode has to be there every time, and you will get a square 1000. Now if you wanted to see that what size will be a circle inside of a square, we can always go at the center of the square, right, and we can create a circle from there. Alt shift and scale it till it touches the end, right. We can shift it by this. It was quite slightly a bit shift through navigation arrows, kind of like that. It is a bit small, but that would work. Yeah. Okay, so what I did is I created and rescaled it till the end block. So this is the circle, this is the actual circle which is being shown here. So you have to create a 1024 cross 1024 pixel in the width and height. Yeah, that's a custom. Wait a second, as you can see that you have selected an inches as a unit measure. We need pixels, and that's why it was 30,000. Now it will support and create. You don't need anything. So we'll have a square, then we can have a margin. We need to divide that into two. Yeah. Yeah. Yes, it snaps. Yes. right, and we need to select the elliptical tool and click and drag. Alt and shift, alt and shift, right, and click and drag. It's quite low. Yes, it's actually, yeah, right, exactly. So now we have a selection which is equivalent to a selection like this, right? Now we can create anytime a new layer, and let's fill it up with a gray color. Okay, why gray? Because we do not require any color over here. To put an exact gray, you need to click on this point in the color picker. You will have to see that this S is has to be 0. There is an H, there is an S, and there is a B. H is its full form is hue, and hue means color. S is the saturation of that color. So that means it is the overly saturated red, and this is the zero saturated red. So it has to be 0. And B is the brightness. That means it controls the black and white value. So if you give a 50%, that means there is 50% white and 50% black, then it is gray. Let's press OK, alt backspace, in order to fill the color inside of her. Right, right. I've yeah, created a new layer. Go to color picker. In the icon we have to click, right. Yes, brightness has to be 50%, and saturation has to be 0. So it's already on 0. You will also be on 0. And OK, right. Alt backspace. Now control D is to deselect. ना वो पक्का हो गया है, ऑल्ट बैक स्पेस से वो राउंड पक्का हो गया. नाउ कंट्रोल डी से सिलेक्शन ऑफ कर लेंगे. Right, now we have all the proper selection, and we can control semicolon in order to hide those lines, right. And then let's bring out our picture. It could be anybody. So let's just say if I am taking, like, I have this chap over here. I'll select him and put it over here. Now as you can see, it completely turned blue because the image was pretty large. So I'll just drag it in order to get on the position, right. अब इसको कॉपी कर सकते हैं, कंट्रोल ए कंट्रोल सी. Yes, you can put it right over here, control V. Okay, then you can, now you can resize it. Can just a minute. Yeah, you don't need to resize that now. First select your um, this guidelines needs to be turned on, so that we can see that what is the center point of our profile pic, and that has to be your face or either your logo or whatever. So according to that, as I had earlier shown you about the rules of third, where the center position will be the absolute position, right? So that is, and what is the reason behind that? That always whomsoever look at that pic will be uh, the attention will be stuck to that image, and that is what exactly we our aim was to for our profile pic. So when we give it something like that, let's just say if this person has a good eye, then I could go for an eye view, right? If that person has some features, the he's quite handsome, if I wanted to add some, I wanted my people to see all of those, so I would give him a somewhat over here, so that it could be it's his features needs to be near to those proper things. Then we can rescale, so that the point and the object or the face has to be I didn't say has to be visible, I should say, because if we are going to give it a larger size, it could go outside the boundaries, so we have to rescale it till it has some decent distance within the from the center point. Okay, so that not we can't give something like that that it is also near, we can't call it a near thing, we can call at least this one a decent radius. Then I'll press alt 10, click between the image like we earlier did. So the shortcut is control shift G. It's con, alt control shift, no, alt shift G. It's not that. Let me just recall, alt control G. So you can find all those shortcuts over here as well in the layer panel. So if sometimes you forgot, you can press alt control G and it will be inside of there, right? Now if I remove that, the person is at the center of my profile, but now I need to fashion it up, right? So let's just say I wanted some strokes, so I could double click over my layer, give it a stroke inside, and the color of outside and the background color will be the same. So sometimes, as you can see over here, it is a gray color, so the outline will be shown as a gray if you give a inside outline as white. So that will be shown over here. But let's just say if you are putting that image inside of Facebook has a black background, sorry, white background. So at that time, both of these will be merged up, right? So you can go on and search for something which actually resembles the environment. So currently, as I could visually say that there is a lot of blue, so I could give a blue color to these. I could give a little bit trans contrast to this, so that it could be visible, not too much, a little subtle. Then let's reduce the size. If it feels that it is bit too much, then you can always go for a little size. Then let's talk about text, that if we wanted to, definitely there is name, there is everything, but sometimes people like to fashion your text over here, and our term was also to fix about the text and all. So how to get a trendy text for this one? What I'll do, I'll just first create a path from my pen tool. I press escape in order to get those strokes. Then I'll go to convert point, click and drag, and the gap has to be on point. We can also use our guidelines to get some exact center. and the exact arch shape or something that we can do. We can also take margin for this one in order to get that snapped points. Then I'll remove those. Now I'll be adding a text. Let's click, just hover over here, click it, and you can add, let's just say, profile. You can add n number of names or everything. Currently they are not being shown, so you need to go into the path till it turns to this cursor and click. Now we could not able to see the text, so we need to select the text. It is being clipped inside of, so you need to drag it on top in order to see the text. It was hidden inside of the image. And as you can see, let's give it a white contrast, so it is there. Now we can shift that just by selecting. This will be the starting end, and this will be the end of your text, so that you can control all that. Now let's talk about the how do they get such trendy looking text, because Photoshop doesn't holds any library of such sort. They had their text, but they were not something nowadays people are using. So you can go, there are two approaches for that. One is you need to create your whole text, and either that could be done through pen tool where you can draw that text, either you need to create the whole font, and the process of font is very tedious and it's a whole new career for others. So that you won't be doing for creating a profile name or either the text. You won't be creating a whole new font for that. So at that point you can take font from a place which is called the font, thefont.com. This is the site where which you will get the royalty free trendy texts, right? So let's just say if I wanted an athletic outfit, I'll download this one. It will give me that font in a rar file. Just have to go over here, save it on a separate folder because currently I am having a lot of folders there. Open this file, right click, extract. You will get a TTF file. This is a true type font file. You can double click and it will show you the text. The best thing about this text, the quick brown fox jumps over the lazy dog, all the words. So they actually use that for a font creation. So you can install that directly, and you have installed it. It will take a bit moment and it is installed. Now just remember the name athletic outfit, and you can use it on any software. So if you go for here and you will see an athletic outfit is over here. So we'll just have to select our text and then click over here and go for an athletic outfit, and it will turn into that particular text. Now the size of the text is quite a bit, so I'll be just removing that in order to give the, and I could move it around. Still a text, so I could do all the changes which I find. I could do anything with this, but generally uh, I should say black and white gives the best contrast in any of the color. So if if you don't want to spend that much of time in creating your own fonts, you can actually download them. There is a search option as well. So if we want to search for an education font, let's just say whatever we feel, we can type in there and we'll get all those type of fonts which we can use, right? And that is how these graphic designer do. They don't spend that much of time in their, definitely in their spare time they actually draw these and then turn them into a true type font. But now nowadays people don't do that. Only the game developer people does that. So it's a whole separate career for them. So we can have all those, we just have to download and it will be there. Now the third thing which you had asked for was, you were having two questions. One, yeah, third one is the shadows. How do you create your own sort of shadows? Hmm. In the background, yeah, normally sometimes, because if you are going for a, if you wanted to remove the background you can remove the background, but sometimes, mm, control D, press control D because you have a small selection over here. D, yeah, now, right, control T, then you can select, yeah. You need to place your face, because your face is right in at the front, looking at the front, so you can actually right on this position, so that people could make direct eye contact with your profile pic, right? And then press alt control G, so it is clipped inside of it, right? Mhm. Right, yes. So whenever you put it on YouTube, it always shown because YouTube have a gray background, but when you put it on Facebook or those uh, right, so that time it will be merged with your um, other UIs, so it will be merged over these graphics as well. So mhm. Yes, definitely. Color, it's way too much exposed, so we need to tone down the intensity. Put it 0.5 for the intensity. Mhm. Yes, right, right. So they had applied the similar thing. They had applied the yeah, it has to be a bit focus. Other than that, they had given the strokes and all. That is good. There's one more thing you can do to improve your profile is the background. Currently, they were. I'm sure people are there who had created right the different color for the background. Those people had given a flat color. In order to improve that, to give some certain depth to the profile pic, we can do what we can apply. Let's just say if I am having this profile pic and I wanted, let's remove its head and everything. Not head, I should say that. I'll take a polygonal and let's remove the background so that we can. I didn't removed over here because this is basically not for a person whose profile is like yours. This is for a general YouTuber profile which normally people use. So they could put on those position. But when we talk about a channel like yours, on that portion, we can do what? We can provide another layer right beneath at the background and try putting the gradient. Put the color of the gradient into a bit more on this portion, like 27% of brightness, and don't put 100% brightness. Give it till 96, 95 or something. Like I'll give it 91. This and OK, and then you can click on and drag and press shift in order to get a uniform on a snap on one angle. So you can directly click on that, it will do something like that. So what I'll do, I'll put something right over here, real blended, and then I could reduce the fill, opacity fill. I can reduce it to 50%. This way actually provides you a certain depth that there is a certain light setup right at your background. Currently it is flat, so that is why there is no depth inside of it. It's, I'm not saying it is completely wrong. I'm just saying that if you wanted to improve that, it could have been improved. Because if it is flat, people, it is in contrast, so definitely people would look at your face. But if it is in gradient, people might find that there is a certain depth to your profile pic, so that would help on certain levels. Mm, right, all white, right. And in LinkedIn, right, right, right. It has to be, it should be gray. So that is why I didn't took the in the gray section I didn't took the 100% white and didn't took the 100% black. It was about 90% and it was about, let's just say about 27%, 20-30%. This one, this could blend in real easy. It doesn't has to be black or white, it could be anything, because there are certain colors which could provide some controls. For example, why they put black over white? The reason is that when you put a black over white, it will give you 100% contrast, so that the object which you are placing over there would be 100% be seen. But the problem is that when you provide 100% black and 100% white, that means that is a complete black. So the point is that there it appears certain flatness will be there. It's kind of like you're sitting right at the wall, right? So that there is a certain wall and you are sticking to a wall, right, like that. But when you provide a gradient, that could provide a certain depth to it. Exactly. So that will help to improve that to your profile. You can use that. And in Saturday, I'd say we'll work on the colors. That what colors are the colors that could provide a certain balance to your work, overall work. It will help you to create some really cool balance among the colors. So that is what we are going to learn tomorrow. Okay, so for today, that will be this profile one. Right. I could even get a depth over here as well. How to do that? This is just a simple trick I'm telling you. It's just click and drag. This is there. You can now select this particular layer and click over here, and these are all the blending options. So you can actually, if you wanted a certain depth to it, put it over in the multiply section. If you want it to be brighter, it will be brighter. And if you want it overall in every color, so just put it on hard light or soft light. We normally put it on something like soft light, and then we reduce the fill. Oh, sorry, reduce the fill to get a certain button like feeling for. You can go in right over here, put that a little bit top, and then you can apply that. So the color has to be on top of your image. Right. So if I, lose or control the fill so that it will give me a certain brightness to my particular design. So that could be really helpful if you are, providing some different shades to it. You can use that. You can anytime change the color and see that if it like a coin shine you wanted to provide in your profile pic, you can just change it from which portion you wanted this to be lit. You can directly change and control that. So that is how they actually provide, a certain depth to your profile. So these two tricks you can try in your profile pic. I, sh- I don't recommend that basically. No, it is a personal choice, by the way. Right. Absolutely. अगर हमने ग्रेडियंट्स में प्ले किया तो इट कुड बी कॉमन ऑन ऑल ऑफ द प्रोफाइल्स बिकॉज उनका जो ग्राफ होता है, जो प्रोफाइल का यूआई होता है, वो एक ही कलर पे रखते हैं. ग्रेडियंट्स पे नहीं यूज़ कर सकते यूआई को. जैसे एज यू कैन सी द पैनलाइज ओवर हियर द ग्राफिक पैनल्स, they are not having any gradient sort of. They have an little highlights over there, but there is no gradient. So you can, the gradient will always work with your profile. राइट, वो सब जगह दिखेगा. थोड़ा सा डायनामिक लगता है तो लोग देख के वो करते. 100% कॉन्ट्रास्ट में लोग डेफिनेटली आपको बहुत अच्छे से देखेंगे, बट वो फ्लैटनेस भी दिखती है. या डेफिनेटली do show me in the next day. Definitely, sure, sure. Yeah. Right. This one. Yeah, this one, right. ओके, ये उसने ड्रॉ नहीं किया है। जो हमने तरीका यूज़ किया था, वी टुक अ प्रोफाइल पिक, मतलब हमने एक पिक लगाई थी। हमने फिर उसके पीछे एक बैकग्राउंड लगाया था फूड वाला। यहाँ पे उसने बस डायरेक्टली ये बैकग्राउंड ले आया। सो यू कैन फाइंड दोज बैकग्राउंड डायरेक्टली लगा दिया। ये जो लाइंस डिज़ाइन है, इट कैन बी क्रिएटेड थ्रू डायरेक्टली। बाय द वे वी कैन क्रिएट दोज। वो पिक करते ही हैं, क्योंकि generally YouTubers don't put that much of effort on that creating those. You can create in Photoshop, because those designs will be created by some graphic designer who had put effort onto that. So if you want, you can create those. These are simple lines. We had created a shape over here, right? Let's We have a shape, and if we wanted to put a color over here, let's fill path and put a white section. Okay, I've given this one, and I'll just give a gradient to it. So it will be there, so that if that color is like pink, I would just go over here, get a pink right from here, I think. Or let's just say if it's a blue, they had a little bit of blue over there, kind of magenta, this one. And as you can see there, they had little fade sort of effect at the end, that could be given through this. As I earlier told you, that these are the fade effects, the lesser opacity. So one will be having good amount of opacity, and one will have a lesser opacity. I'll go on here and give it something like that. So if I put it outside, the graphic will turn out to be something like this. Now you can anytime you can provide this with the opacity lesser. And they had also used some effects such as blur, which I'm gonna show you those. As they had created some blends option there, these options will not work with this type of page. So let me just remove this one. And you can always apply some blur into it in order to get a little fade over there. And we can always give a gradient which is having a lesser. As you can see, there is a um, transparency is here. So I'll just select this, I'll put something like that, and I could always snap them over here. Okay, we can go on, put some fill over here in order to give the, and we can put that over there in that place. Hmm. Exactly that color. Agar this color, you can click and just click over here, you will get the exact color. Right. Okay. All right. So you can save them in these swatches. So let's just say if you have, I'll go over here. This is the last one which will have. So if my color is selected over here, I'll click over here. It will give me that swatch of that color. One way is this. Another way is you can click over here and you can save this number as a text. We can copy it and save it. We can type it just for our the DBA-BB7, right? On right. हाँ, उससे कोई वो मतलब ही नहीं है, जब हमें चाहिए देन हम लोग वो कर सकते हैं। तो इफ़ यू वांट टू नेम देम यू कैन go over here, put a cursor over there, it will give you a name, Swatch 2093. So if you wanted to relate them with your work, you can label them up. So let's try that and then we'll, yeah, okay, sure, definitely. So I'll upload the video